So when is the best time to sell your house? You know, if you're a homeowner thinking about selling, that's probably the number one question on your mind. When should I sell my house? Well, if that's your question right now, this is the video for you, because we're going to be talking about not only the different seasons of the year and the pros and cons of listing in each one of those different seasons, but also the two most important factors that you need to consider before you're listing your home if you want to get it sold for top dollar and in the fastest time possible. Guys, if you're new to this channel, my name is Glen Hopkins. I'm a local realtor here in the South Surrey and White Rock area. If you like real estate related content and you want to learn more about the local market, please feel free to give me a call. My number is 604-612-5164. Of course, you can text, email me, message me, whatever works best for you. I'm easy to get a hold of. And while you're here, be sure to subscribe and like this video. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the first season, which of course is spring. Spring is, well, everybody's favorite time of the year to list their home for sale. It seems to be the natural go-to month or season of the year for everyone. Why is that? Well, let's just face it. Things look better in the spring. The sun is shining, the grass is growing, it's green, the flowers are blooming. Curb appeal of your home is never better than during the spring months. And so for that reason alone, it's a good time to list. There's also the reason being is a lot of the buyers come out of the woodwork in the spring. They want to buy in the spring months because they want to take the summer months to settle in and prepare so that when the school year starts, their kids are ready to go. Now, don't forget, when you list in and sell in the spring, there is a con as well. And that con is you're going to have a lot more competition. And with competition, well, it tends to cause buyers to, well, they can look around now. They can pick and choose what it is they want to purchase, and they're going to be a little bit more selective. So you might, in a sense, have a little bit harder of a time selling your home because you're competing against your neighbors on the street who are also selling their homes. Now, when we move on to the summer months, things are still generally kind of moving along, especially in July. We're still seeing some activity. The nice thing about July and those summer months are the days are longer, so there's more opportunity for buyers to get out and look at your home if it's for sale. They can come after dinner, the sun is still out, and they can properly view your home. If you have features like a pool, outdoor living area, that's also a good opportunity for you to showcase those and highlight those features of your home in the summer months. Now, of course, the con is, well, as the summer continues to move forward, more and more people tend to go on holiday. Summer is just sort of naturally a time to kick back, relax, and a lot of people don't want to be house hunting and going through the rigmarole, is that a word, a rigmarole of all the work involved of, buying and selling a home. So sometimes people tend to sort of hold off during the summer months, which moves us along into the fall. In the fall, you're going to tend to get more serious buyers, people who are wanting to search for and find the perfect home before the holidays start and before that winter weather kicks in. And so selling your home during the fall can be a benefit. You're also going to have less competition because a lot of those people, remember, they sold their house in the spring and the summer. So generally speaking, in the fall, you're going to have a little less competition. And as for a seller, that's always a good thing. And of course, finally is the winter. Before we talk about winter though, make sure you stick around to the end because there's two very important points. And I would argue the two most important points that you must consider when deciding when you want to list your home for sale and when that best month is. But looking at winter, generally speaking, is a time where you're going to see less buyers. There's less buyer activity. The weather's generally not as good. And so most buyers don't want to be out looking at homes. And not to mention, they don't typically show as well in the winter. Now, having said all of that, if you list in the winter, the main benefit, the number one benefit that you're going to receive is less competition. And let's not forget, competition is a big factor in determining the price you're going to get for your home. If there's no other home on the market to choose from, you're the only home on the market, there's going to be more demand for your home, and more demand equals a higher selling price. So bear that in mind. Now, there are two more very important factors that you need to consider when determining which is the best month for you to list your home for sale. The first one being market conditions. It's very important that you have a general understanding of the overall market conditions. What's happening in the economy? Where are interest rates? What's happening in your particular neighborhood? These are all things that are going to affect the value of your house and the demand for it. How many buyers are out there looking for your specific house and willing to pay the price? You see, because as interest rates go up or down, that affects buyers, the way they behave. And so it's important for you to know that. And again, every neighborhood is different. We're not just talking neighborhoods of Toronto, Calgary, Vancouver, but into the actual suburbs and the neighborhoods of each one of those main cities. So if you're in the Vancouver area, you might niche that down into the Fraser Valley, and from the Fraser Valley into South Surrey or to White Rock. Whatever that neighborhood is, it's going to be different for every neighborhood. So be sure to talk to an expert realtor, a local realtor in your specific neighborhood. If you're in the South Surrey, White Rock area, of course, give me a call. My contact information is below. But that's really important that you understand what's going on in the market. And finally, the number one most important factor when determining the best time to sell your house is your personal situation. Let's face it, folks, it doesn't matter what month of the year it is. If you're going through a divorce, if you're going through a job change, if you need to upsell or upsize or downsize depending on your family, there's all sorts of personal factors that come into play when it comes to selling your house. And those, of course, are the most important factors. So understand what your individual situation is and then try and marry that up, if possible, with the best possible season of the year. I hope that helps. Again, if you like this kind of content, go ahead, subscribe to this channel, like the video, and down below in the description box, make sure that you take the time to download my free seller's guide.